Alrighty, daily trading recap. Let's get after it again. Today is the 11th of May, 2022, Wednesday. Pretty hard and craziness going on in the overall market as we are just definitely in a hard trending, downtrending, sliding down, going red, going southward, red market, bear market. Pretty exciting to see and just funny, interesting to take in all the perspective once again of just where I started in my trading career of that hot 2020 insane market where everything was euphoria and nothing could ever go down. Stocks don't go down, right? The Dave Portnoy methodology there. But and then just coming back into this reality of, stocks do go down. Everything sucks. Life is abysmal. All these companies have terrible earnings. Stock market is going to crash forever. Just very interesting to see that dynamic just continue to play out and build upon that experience in my career and that firsthand knowledge of what human emotion is through each and every cycle of the market. And that's what I find that reminder a lot in each trading day as well of just the thought of, gosh, some of these days I could be just absolutely nailing it and making just trying to go for huge futures wins and profit targets. But then again, the same reality is there of, I'm not trying to hit a home run, hit a grand freaking slam every single day. I'm just here to take my tiny little slice and learn from the opportunities that were there and see, okay, could I push it a little bit more? Could I pull it back actually a little bit? Did I kind of get lucky here on this situation? But just taking everything with that grain of salt, a little chip on the shoulder. Grain of salt is probably a better example on that one. But I'm not getting too greedy in anything for how many green days there have been consecutively in a row. I'm not trying to just think I'm on top of the world and I'm absolutely go leveraged balls to the wall harder, but just being appreciative for every opportunity that is there and continue what is working correctly. That was the past month's goal of just continue to push harder on the things that are working good and eliminate the things that aren't, and just understanding the opportunity that is presented in front of me and sticking with the data that I have collected and all that bad testing data that I have collected in the same regard, and just trading off of that and allowing that to flourish and grow and removing my own emotion from the perspective of my button pushing. So finding a lot of, for this month's success within that as of right now for where we're standing, and even through the craziness and just absolute price reversal changes and rise into green levels and then all the way back down to red and then just showing some signs of strength and then just overall great signs of weaknesses up and down and market mania. That's what we trade off of. That's what we need is market volatility and emotions involved. That is what trading is. But on the equity side, still nothing for me on the day in trading wise, and still finding a lot of confidence in just being able to say, I don't want any part of you guys and I don't have to trade you. Coming from, again, I mentioned this every single day, but coming from past years of earlier on in my trading career where I didn't really know what I didn't know and just saying, well, I can't trust really what everybody's saying of, oh, summer months are slow and there's just not a lot of opportunity out. I just didn't know. I just had to continue to keep banging my head against the screen and see if anything would come out. But realizing that and getting more screen time under my belt and just seeing more and more charts and understanding what do I trade best and what do I find most comfortable for my personality, finding a lot of just a little bit of a niche, not to say that I've found it 100%, but just say that, okay, I'm finding a little bit more of what not to trade or what not to be a part of. And that is just huge of saving the mental capital that way, not even talking about P&L money in the bank wise, but just of the mental capital, how valuable that is, especially on the backside of these summer months or any downside move that we just continue to see here in the next few weeks, months, rest of the year, whatever it ends up turning up to be, that when we start to see a move or coming out of this or volatility volume coming back in, that the refreshing perspective is going to succeed versus the one who has just continually been trying to buy the dip over and over again or just push the same ideas every single day that just aren't there, but forcing their will upon the market. How demoralized they've just become over and over again. The man, the trader, the person who hasn't been a part of that is just going to be so much better off coming out of that, right, than everybody else who's trying to play for this game. So that's the kind of mentality that I'm going after, spending a lot less time in front of the screen or trying to even really look at charts, just giving them a quick glance and saying, yeah, I just don't want really any part of you. I don't even want any of it to seep in as knowledge or as charts in my frame of reference as what I should be trading, because it's just really nothing. It's just very quick glances and then moving on to more important things in life. So that is, I'm going to go over market dollar volume here quick just to finish up this introduction quick before I go into the little futures talk. NASDAQ $311 billion volume on the day. NYSE $435 billion volume, and OTC markets $2.3 billion volume a day as of 2 hours, 38 minutes after the close here. To Christ be the glory, always and forever. And everything so gracious and grateful for every opportunity that I do have. For the session strategy, the upside working out well, and also found like literally a few minutes before I was getting into my preparation work, my downside strategy actually got hit for the session-wide futures play. That automated algorithmic strategy working out well with this hard sell-off. I think inflation news was coming out here around this point, inflation numbers. So, of course, market not liking it, but sure enough, we recover pretty nicely in the morning session there, and then sure enough, end up selling off for the afternoon session and closing 1.59% lower in the red today as well, pushing us to new relatives low here on this Wednesday, middle of the week. I did also play the 930 strategy, and the reason why this one was a little bit more elevated was because I did size up with another ES contract, but set that one for 2 points instead of the 1 point that I kind of sized myself down to with the smaller contract size, just because I felt something in the market changing and something in that little opening volatility that is usually there within that first 15 minutes of market open that I sized myself down. But sure enough, I think the data is saying once again that, hey, this is still a pretty decent little sizable opportunity of a trade, and a little scalpy algorithmic opportunity. So, hey, I'm going to go ahead and throw another. I'm not going to go crazy balls to the wall 4 or 5 ES contracts, but I'll throw one more on, keeping those same 2 ES contracts on that I had, looking for that just one little point scalp in any of the market immediate huge volume and volatility there, but add another one successful on there. So add another $100 to the P&L that way. But didn't take anything else. I was pretty much away from the screen for the rest of the day doing other stuff, other important personal building stuff, and non-demoralizing stuff. I think it's just the best way to describe it, of not being in front of the screens and trying to make anything more out of what is really not there, in my opinion, for me to be touching or even trading in. For the success that is there right now in this future strategy, I'm just going to continue to let it run, let it do its course, and make the little fine-tune adjustments as need be. But just, if it's working, don't touch, don't try to tinker with it or just make it anything more than what awesome opportunity that it's already presenting. So continuing with that mentality and just wrapping up these videos quick, just again, not breaking the chain, keeping them as useful, valuable data for future me when I want to look back and see what I was looking at on these days. But yeah, just keeping them nice, quick, and brief, and expanding myself horizontally outside of the trading realm in order to come back fresher when more opportunity is here, and when also potentially more money is able to be traded on these ones from my own personal account, to be able to take greater advantage of those trades that way. But that is all I had. I sincerely thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next one.